For my final project in psychology of gender, I decided to focus on gender and media. The way that I decided to get all of my points across, which I thought was kind of a difficult way of doing it, but I decided I was up for the challenge to write a creative writing piece. I thought that it allowed me to kind of express all the different kinds of struggles and all the different types of people that we see in the world today, and the types of people that we see on social media and on the TV and on different social apps such as like Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Um, my creative writing piece, my goal was to depict the struggles of everyday life by real people that we see in society today, and it shows it shows the way that society and media distorts the way that we view ourselves. And that's speaking from, well, obviously I wrote the creative writing piece and I have examples of it in my PowerPoint here, but I'm discussing this through what society considers a normal person's view. Like I'm not transgender, I don't have these other types of issues as what society seems to make them out to be. So I tried to express the real feelings of people that struggle in these types of way in our society and world today. And I kind of tried to show the compassion and care that we need to give one another. And although these people do feel some love in society now, I think we're working towards it. I kind of almost showed it as if society uses ads and media in a negative way, and it kind of shows the negative self-image that it kind of gives all of us in general, but specifically people that we as society consider not normal per se. So I included here 3 pieces of my poem, and then I never included my very last little paragraph, but I'm gonna discuss, basically it kind of brings everything together, and it's the reason why I believe that society has a kind of like hope, I guess, in making a change. So for the first one, I said, to the bulimic girl in the mirror staring back at me, know that you are loved. Know there is more to life than living to please the expectations of society. People see you as way more than the overweight girl you see yourself. You see life as too tough to keep going sometimes, but you're an inspiration in all your own ways. This kind of focused on the image society puts in our minds, to especially as women, to be skinny, because society and especially media says that skinny is perfect. And now I think the change that's trying to be made is that fit is the new skinny. But in reality, like, fit is different in everybody's minds, and not everybody that's fit is skinny. Like, there's people that are a skinny fit, but there's also people that are super duper strong and they're also fit. But which goes to show that everybody's body is made up different, and life would really be boring if everybody was made up the same and they looked like these models and this type of person that I put. It's a Victoria's Secret model, but it shows how she's the definition of perfect, which is why she is a Victoria's Secret angel, and she's beautiful and she's thin and she's confident. And I think that's what we all put in our minds that we need to be. And I think that shows exactly how society has distorted our view, especially of ourselves as women. Next, I discussed a transgender woman. So I said to the transgender woman in the mirror staring back at me, know you are loved. Know that your friends support you no matter what, and they always want what's best for you. People admire you for your strength, determination, and will to change society's norms. You are adored and adventurous in all your own ways. And I specifically focused on the word strength and determination, and it kind of just goes to show the hateful society that we live in, because deviating from what's normal, such as you and I, is considered wrong by so many people, which obviously isn't right. And we just talked about it, I think it was last week or the week before, how transgender, well, maybe even I focused on it, or Hallie did. We were discussing how transgender bathrooms are being put in high schools. Maybe I read an article, but we're making steps to go in the right direction. And I like places like Starbucks where you go in and there's no women's or men's bathroom. It's a single stall, and there's either or on the little picture outside. And I think that's how the world should be, because that is a step in the right direction, and it's not discriminating towards anybody, and it's not making somebody feel different, because we're all welcome. And yeah, I think that just changing society's norms is something we have to do in order to be fully happy. And that's why I said that in my poem that people admire you for your strength and determination to change society's norms. I think changing society's norms, as I mentioned in the end, is what comes directly from the strength and determination, because it's not easy to go against what's normal, and oftentimes you are ridiculed for it. And that's why I chose the picture that I did. It is a transgender, and well, it's a regular person holding a sign saying you will never be a real woman. And I think that's how a lot of people in our society still view transgender people, and obviously we need to work to change that, because it's not right. Next, being an athlete, playing a high-level college hockey, I chose to write from an athlete's perspective. So it said, to the athlete standing in the mirror staring back at me, know you are loved. Know that there is more to life than the sport you play and the fans screaming your name. People see you as a hero just for playing a game you love and showing up to work every day. You see this injury as a career ender, but I see it as a new opportunity. You are strong in all your own ways. And I was just reading an article the other day, and it said the number one thing famous athletes say is that when they retire, they are suddenly unimportant. And in the article it said that, like, nobody's cheering for you to take the trash out, and nobody's cheering for you to just be normal anymore. And that's something that they have to get used to, because every little thing that they did once before was celebrated. And as I said, suddenly the media stops caring and the fans stop screaming your name. Nobody cheers when you aren't putting the puck in the net or throwing a big hit. But it shows that there's more to life than just what's portrayed in pictures such as this. Sidney Crosby, well, I mean, as somebody that supports hockey, maybe you know more about these types of players than just who they are. Number 87, last name's Crosby, and he gets a lot of goals. But you know that he does a lot more than just play hockey. He goes to children's hospitals at Christmas and gives them Christmas presents, and he puts time into the community. And it goes to show that once you get to know somebody, you know that they're known for much more than just their success. If anybody were to just remember to hear his name and see his number, they wouldn't just know him as the man that scored the golden goal for Team Canada, because he's done so much other good for the world than just scoring a goal for us to win a championship. So I think that brings us to, well, I never included it, but my whole reason why I wrote this piece was just it shows that I wrote it from the perspective of God staring back at all these people in the mirror. And although that they don't view themselves as perfect, he does. And to know that you're never alone because you were made as perfect in your own way. And even my sister and I were identical twins, but and we're very, very similar. We do everything together. But we are different in our own ways, and it's what makes everybody unique. And in conclusion, this project has just allowed me to express the negative feelings that not only I feel in society and on social media, but also everybody of different shapes, sizes, and sexual orientation. This poem gave me the opportunity to discuss different ways society and media distort the way we view ourselves. And it allows for people to understand, hopefully, that somebody can feel hurt just from what they see on ads and on the media, like going to different places like Victoria's Secret and other places where they view people as perfect. And that's, as I included the Victoria's Secret model, that is our definition of perfect as a female, when, well, I personally don't believe that's perfect, because not everybody is ever going to look that way. There's a lot of other things that go into it, such as like makeup and Photoshop and stuff like that. But these types of big stores and companies portraying these people as perfect can lead to people having depression and anxiety. And I hope that my PowerPoint and my presentation and my paper allows us to be more aware and have the understanding that what we see is not always the truth. So to never judge yourself based on what somebody else looks like in ads or in pictures on the internet. Thank you.